It's round 4 of the Bursons Australia Top Fuel Championship, and we're back at Sydney Dragway. For once the weather is kind to Sydney and we have good conditions, cool, dry and no wind. A big crowd turns up to enjoy the nitro and the noise. Nitro Voodoo is leading the championship, but sadly it's a small field with no Nitro Harleys this time, which is a real shame. John Zara is here though, with a blown Nitro 4-cylinder bike similar to Chris's. We're hoping for some great side-by-side racing.
To me it's a big thing racing, Chris, you know. But he's set up to run the big numbers and we got to get there. So it's like chasing him, to me. That's what keeps me going, otherwise I'd give up. You're saying I want to give up, I want to get up where Chris is. So you just try and try and try.
Yeah. You're certainly doing that, you're doing good.
Trying.
Coming off the back of a fabulous Perth round, where Chris ran 3 6.0 passes in a row, setting a new track record out there, we're hopeful that Sydney's extra grippy surface can finally deliver that elusive 5-second pass. I'm keen to know what the Top Fuel dragster drivers think of Top Fuel motorcycle.
Bikes. Have you ever ridden top bike? Have you ever thought about it?
Oh, not even remotely. I think that's quite dangerous.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, and what you're doing is not dangerous?
No, not at all.
What was your speed through the trap yesterday?
I was only 308 mile an hour.
And what was yours?
318.
380? Okay, so we're 300 mile an hour club here.
But we feel safe.
Do you?
Yeah.
You wouldn't like to do it on one wheel?
Nope.
Okay.
They reckon that we're crazy, but they're stupid.
Fair enough.
Phil says he feels safe. This is him in 2007. And this is him in 2015. I don't think these guys know what they're talking about.
Anyway.
Good luck to him anyway.
Yes,
Thanks,
good
mate.
luck.
Hope you guys have a great day too.
No worries. Thank you very much.
We ran 323 mile an hour.
323 mile an hour. Holy crap.
Holy crap, we're right.
How'd that feel?
It felt pretty good.
Top Fuel bikes. Ever thought about riding one?
I'll give it a go. Can't be that hard.
Would you?
Yeah.
You're the only Top Fuel driver that said he would.
Can't be that scary. So if he just held it on for that millisecond more, it'll go 599. And he'll be the first in Australia to do it. Just hopefully it doesn't cool off too much because it's a bit chilly out here.
So the solution is...
Well, he might have to take one for the team and put it into the net once.
Clearly Wayne's had a bit too much tyre shake on the old noggin last night. Nobody puts half a tonne of steel into a gravel trap at 200 miles an hour, intentionally. So let's move on and look at qualifying. The first qualifying pass is a bit of a schmozzle. Over in John's lane, and one of the officials breaks the beam when John's already in stage. And for probably the first time in his life, Chris leaves early. The bike just doesn't want to sit square on the tyre, so it's not a great pass. John's bike has a fluid leak and isn't allowed to start. No time is recorded for either. Lockie Ireland is a championship-winning rider in Pro Stock, and this weekend he's riding a borrowed Nitro Suzuki. Sometimes it's the little things. You have to have a rear light, but you cannot turn it on when the bike's already in stage. As you can see, also some teething problems with the pass.
Anyway, it is what it is. Just got to try and put in a good show on the next one so we can qualify. That's all right. I go good in pressure. We'll be right.
There are only 2 qualifying rounds, and the second qualifier is better, but the bike again lights up the rear tyre about 100 feet out and gives the motor a big rev, about 11,000 RPM. It normally sits around 9,000. Off the throttle, back on again, and a 6.63 is actually quite respectable. It was a pretty solid launch though, so that's encouraging. Lockie's bike though refuses to play the game. He's got fuel problems, no pass recorded.
Yeah, blew the tyre off and the acceleration rate was extremely high, went to 11,300.
Yep.
So it got a little valve bounce.
Yep.
A little shim jumped out.
Yep.
And sat on in the wrong place and
Yep.
held the valve open.
So it was simply a matter of Taking the camshaft out, pulling the bucket off.
Relocating the shim.
Yep,
Putting
relocating
it
the
all
shim.
back together, and hopefully
That fix it.
everything's all right.
That was
We'll know in about 5 minutes.
that was the easiest job ever. 3 rounds of racing for Top Bike today. 1 in the afternoon, 2 in the evening. The first one is the best chance of a fast pass when the track is warmest. John had engine problems yesterday, but after a very late night, the morning air is full of nitro again. There's always a crowd to see a nitro bike fire up. But once that particularly caustic smell gets in your eyes and nose, the crowd suddenly disappears. If you can't deafen them, gas them.
Righto.
Is it working, John?
Yes.
Change motor?
Change engines, clutch, adjusted the tranny.
Oh.
Yeah, real lot. We're just trying to get through with these.
Is there anything you haven't changed? That's more the question.
Yeah, we need to change the rider.
Do you?
Yeah, we need to change the rider, mate.
These things have got a mind of their own, mate. Every time you turn that twisty thing, it does something different. And it doesn't matter whether it's an hour later, a week later, or a month later, the things never ride the same every pass. It's just a whole new experience every time you turn the throttle. You do it for 1 year, 1 week, 5 years, turn the twisty thing, mate, and it's a whole new world. And then at the other end, turn a mile an hour when everything goes quiet and you're out there sailing along and it's just oh yeah. But at 200 mile an hour, mate, the whole world just stops. If you could stay there forever, life would be grand. But you got to stop before you hit the sand.
Would you like to say something R-rated as well?
No.
And so it's time to race. Chris versus John again. Well, it's a little messy, but it's a win. 7.135 at 209 mile an hour. Once again, traction is a problem, this time almost immediately after the start.
What was the short times like? Good?
105.7, so yeah, we found nearly
105.
300s there.
Yeah, we definitely smoked the tyre, that one's obvious.
Yeah.
Moved in the right direction, brought the 60 foot down, 3 numbers, which is good. Got the wheel speed that we were chasing, which is good.
At what point did it start to smoke it?
About 1.28 seconds, 1.25 seconds.
Okay.
So we went to 60 feet in 1.05, so yeah, it's about 80 to 100 feet.
We're all set to go. But there's a problem. There's been an incident with one of the top fuel cars and there's a long delay. We wait almost an hour and a half in the staging lane while the track gets colder and colder. A 5 is not looking likely. This is getting harder by the minute.
Got any suggestions for him, Chris?
Turn the twisty thing and hang on. 5, 9, 8.
He's off and back on and runs it through the top end.
6.11, ladies and gentlemen, 6.11 at 329 kilometres an hour for Chris Matheson.
When the bike gets loose, Chris is off the throttle at 300 feet and it's almost half a second before he's fully back on the gas again. To run a 6.1 under those conditions is exceptional. We all know it. On the right track, on the right day, Chris and his bike are going to annihilate 6 seconds. But that day is not today. The next round is only 2 weeks away. Let's see what happens then.
Chris, when I'm editing this, I'm going to have to do a whole lot of
Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, well.
including my own bleeping.
It's bleeping fantastic.